Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the life of a true visionary. Someone whose story is packed with lessons that are more relevant now than ever. We're talking about Steve Jobs. His journey wasn't just a straight line to success. It was a roller coaster of triumph, failure, and incredible comebacks. So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's explore the powerful lessons that shaped the man who put a dent in the universe. Let's start at the beginning. Many people see dropping out of college as a dead end, but for Steve Jobs, it was just the opposite. He left Red College after only one semester, but he didn't stop learning. In fact, he did something far more valuable. He followed his curiosity. Instead of sticking to a rigid curriculum, he audited classes that genuinely fascinated him, like a calligraphy course. At the time, it seemed like a random, impractical choice. But years later, that knowledge of typography became the foundation for the beautiful fonts on the first Macintosh computer. His story teaches us that education isn't confined to a classroom. True learning happens when you follow that little spark of curiosity, even if you don't know where it's leading. It's about collecting dots, trusting that one day they will connect. But Jobs wasn't just searching for knowledge, he was searching for meaning. In the early 70s, he embarked on a life-changing trip to India. This wasn't a vacation. It was a spiritual pilgrimage. He traveled through the country, seeking enlightenment and a deeper understanding of life. This experience profoundly shaped his worldview. It instilled in him a deep appreciation for simplicity, minimalism, and the power of the inner voice. This wasn't just a phase. It became a core part of his design philosophy. The clean, intuitive, and user-friendly design of Apple products can be traced back to this quest for simplicity. He learned that to create something truly great on the outside, you first have to cultivate clarity and purpose on the inside. This brings us to one of his most famous principles: trusting your intuition. Jobs was a huge believer in listening to his gut. He once said that intuition is more powerful than intellect. In a world that constantly demands data, logic, and proof, he dared to trust that inner feeling, that hunch that you can't quite explain. This wasn't about being reckless. It was about having the courage to believe in his own vision, even when everyone else thought he was crazy. From the concept of the personal computer to the design of the iPhone, his biggest and most revolutionary ideas were guided by this unwavering trust in his gut feeling. It is a powerful reminder that sometimes the best decisions we make are the ones that do make sense on paper but feel absolutely right in our hearts. Now, you'd think that once you've built a company as successful as Apple, you're set for life. But Steve Jobs' story shows us that success is fragile. In 1985, after a power struggle at the board of directors, he was fired from the very company he co-founded. Imagine that. The man who poured his heart and soul into Apple was suddenly an outcast. It was a public and humiliating blow. This moment teaches a stark lesson. Power, status, and success can vanish in an instant. No one is invincible. It's a humbling reminder to never take success for granted and to stay grounded, no matter how high you climb. Losing Apple was devastating for him. He said it felt like the ground had been pulled out from under him. For many, a failure of that magnitude would be the end of the story. It could have broken him completely. But here's where his true character shines through. While the failure hurt him deeply, it also became his greatest catalyst for growth. It forced him to shed the weight of being Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, and allowed him to become a beginner again. This period of loss didn't just break him. It rebuilt him from the ground up. Stronger, wiser, and more focused than ever before. It's proof that our most painful failures often hold the seeds of our greatest transformations. Those years away from Apple, often called his wilderness years, were anything but a waste of time. He didn't just sit around feeling sorry for himself. He got busy. He founded Next, a computer company that, while not a huge commercial success, developed groundbreaking technology that would later become the heart of Apple's operating system. He also acquired a small graphics group from Lucasfilm and turned it into Pixar Animation Studios. Yes, that Pixar. This time away gave him the space and clarity to innovate freely, to learn from his past mistakes, and to hone his leadership skills. He proved that Sometimes, being removed from a situation is the best way to gain a new perspective and prepare for an even bigger future. Then came the ultimate second chance. By the mid-90s, Apple was on the brink of collapse. The company he had built was struggling, losing its creative edge and market share. In a dramatic turn of events, Apple acquired Next, and in 1997, Steve Jobs returned as CEO. It was a stunning comeback. The fact that Apple turned back to him in its darkest hour shows that true value, true talent, is never forgotten. His return wasn't just about saving a company. It was a testament to the idea that it's never too late to rewrite your story. Second chances are real, and when they come, you have to be ready to seize them. And what a comeback it was. His return to Apple is arguably the greatest turnaround in corporate history. He didn't just save the company, he revolutionized it. He streamlined the product line, introduced the iconic Think Different campaign, and then unleashed a series of game-changing products. The iMac, the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. He didn't just bring Apple back from the dead, he transformed it into the most valuable and influential company in the world. His comeback was infinitely stronger than his fall. It's a powerful lesson that your return can be far more impactful than your setback. Ultimately, the entire arc of his life sends one clear message. Your past does not define your future. Dropping out of college, getting fired, facing public humiliation, these were not endings. They were chapters. They were lessons. He showed us that mistakes, rejection, and failure are not labels that define you forever. They are simply part of the journey, essential ingredients for growth and eventual success. He took every setback and used it as fuel. He never let his past failures dictate the limits of his future ambitions. So, what can we all take from this? Dream big, even when life tells you no. Steve Jobs' entire story is a masterclass in resilience, self-belief, and the relentless pursuit of a vision. He proved that one person's conviction, their crazy idea, can truly change the world. So, when you face a setback, when you feel like you've failed, or when people doubt you, remember his journey. Trust your intuition, learn from your failures, and never, ever stop believing in your ability to create something wonderful. Your story is still being written, and just like his, the next chapter could be your greatest comeback yet. Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments which lesson from Steve Jobs resonates with you the most. See you in the next video.